We're here at CTIA in Orlando. Phil Harvey here, Sarah Reedy there. And Sarah, we're discussing this merger between AT&T and T-Mobile, proposed merger that has it's going to completely change around the mobile broadband landscape. Interestingly, for T-Mobile, this is great if it succeeds. It might be great if it fails too.
Right, I think if it doesn't go through, they get something like $3 billion in spectrum as well. So it seems like either way they have a path to 4G, either using AT&T's old spectrum or being a partner with AT&T, being part of AT&T actually.
Right, so they get to be sort of elevated almost no matter what happens, which I think is great for them. The other thing that sort of happens is it could set off a series of interesting competitive moves. One thing I was thinking of is if Verizon could do two things. They could quickly buy a competitor and then force the FCC to either approve both deals or not to approve either one. That's been sort of discussed pretty openly, especially if it ends up being a big competitor like Sprint. The other thing Verizon could do is sit back and wait and see when the FCC, if they do approve the merger, they're going to make AT&T give up something. They're going to divest assets. They're going to sell off things at fire sale prices in order to get the deal to go through. Verizon's in a very strong position to be able to pick up some of that excess, capacity, towers, whatever it is, and that could benefit them as well. So Verizon seems like it's bad because they have a huge competitor now, bigger competitor, but not so bad because they have a couple of possible strategic outcomes that might work in their favor. What else do you think might happen competitively?
Well, I think it could go either way for Verizon, but it's going to definitely be bad for Sprint. And then
Right.
there's all these smaller carriers as well that wouldn't have a chance competing against AT&T and T-Mobile. So I think if we don't see Verizon buy either Sprint, although that would probably be hard to get through the FCC too, then maybe they'll look at one of the regional CDMA players. They have the same technology, it would make sense.
Right.
Or I guess the smaller guys could also band together and create this kind of larger value prepaid carrier that would be the anti-T-Mobile AT&T maybe.
Yeah, there's definitely enough room for that to happen on the other side of this. Well, keep watching lightreading.com, keep looking at the website. All throughout CTIA, we're going to continue our coverage of this deal and then all of this stuff we would have been paying attention to had this deal not happened.